สวัสดีค่ะ This is your host Kusuma Yothasmut and welcome to Thailand today. In an ideal world, people, business and society are living and sharing equitably. Factually, what we see is a stark contrast as business is driven for the most part by profit at the expense of people and society. Are humans helpless and indefensible against greedy corporation? A Thai businessman says otherwise. Let's hear his thoughts on why and how the greedy corporate world can be flipped upside down. Thailand today will be discussing with คุณดนัยจันทร์เจ้าฉาย He is a Chief Advisor, DC Consultant and Marketing Communications Company Limited. And he also the CEO of DMG Books about his famous book called White Ocean Strategy. Please join me to welcome คุณดนัยจันทร์เจ้าฉาย Chief Advisor, DC Consultant and Marketing Communications Company Limited, and he also the CEO of DMG Books. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Welcome you here, right here for the first time.
My first time, thank you. Very excited.
Me too. Well, look at all these, beautiful covered.
Thank you.
But surely inside must be much more beautiful.
I hope
right?
so. I hope so. It's
Yeah.
my inspiration.
Yes, when you talk about inspiration, just tell us what is the White Ocean Strategy business philosophy that you have?
Okay, I think that the core concept of White Ocean Strategy is how we can conduct business in a way that is not hurting our own self, is not damaging to the society. How can we maintain the balance, the balance of self and the balance of the whole community and the society. So that's the key concept.
Yes. So why did you start with this? What do you see for our society?
Okay, I think that firstly I felt something was not right when I was in the university. And I think that we follow the mainstream economy and mainstream business administration. We have been taught about maximize shareholders' wealth, maximize profit, and we are taught to believe that customer is the king.
It's not so?
It's not wrong, but I think that is something greater. It's something greater. And then I remember that I went to speak to my professor, my instructor, and I said that we are born as a human being. How come we are working as slave to just one company? How come our human potential is so limited? I had that question when I was in the university. But anyway, the professor, the instructor said, okay, don't argue.
Okay.
Don't debate. This is what we have been studying all over the world. And so I kept all those questions in my mind until I have the opportunity to start working for a big company like American Express. And then I became like a director, and then I started my own business 20 years ago.
Wow.
And so I started to do something new, something that is not something that is on the contrary to the wide belief. So we start to give back to the society. We start to do many things that we have more concern to the environment and to the people, and we had a test about that also. And so I felt that I was on the right track. Something was right, and then we attracted a lot of clients, a lot of customers coming. And so I started writing a book called White Ocean Strategy. So it's not the same as Red Ocean, it's not the same as Blue Ocean, which is launched by the US and by South Korea. But this is White Ocean, launched by Thailand.
But why ocean? Why White Ocean?
By White Ocean, okay. So the key concept of White Ocean is not the same as Red. The concept of Red Ocean is customer is the king.
Okay. Oh, that's a red one.
Red
I
Ocean,
see.
number one. Okay, so companies do everything in order to satisfy, please the
The
customers,
customers.
expand market share, do everything possible to make sure that they have the proper size of market share, feasible to be profitable. And so they use what I call kilesa marketing. In Thai, Kilet marketing.
Killer marketing.
Kilesa marketing.
Yeah.
Do a lot of promotion, buy one get one free. You know, you drink one bottle of drink and then you can get a
Lucky
lucky
draw,
draw
yes.
to Japan, whatever. It's not wrong, but it's not the best that human being can do, right? So it's creating false demand. There's no real demand to the product and service. It's false demand. So people support products and service not because of that, the value of the product and service itself, but because of the promotion. They want
They're
to
craving for
yeah,
it.
craving for it. So it's not sustainable. It's not stable. All right. And so 10 years ago, South Korea and America, they launched Blue Ocean. The key concept of Blue Ocean is innovation or idea is the king.
All right.
So they don't care about customers. They go out there in the deep ocean and they find something new, something that has never existed before in the world. You know, something like the new technology, like we are using line nowadays. We are using many things that did not exist years ago, and then they created consumer demand and behavior, and that's called Blue Ocean. But once they are successful, it turned from blue to red, because all the other competitors also they want to share the same success, the same profit. So the market, the business is not sustainable. And so here comes White Ocean strategy. The key concept is everyone is a winner. You know, I believe that the world is big enough. The world is so much abundance in everything, all the resources. As long as we have a wide heart, a big heart, so we can win at the same time as our competitors. We can join hands together to create a better world, you know, to save energy and resources.
Okay.
And we can also join hands not only with our competitors, which is very difficult, by the way. We can also join hands with our supplier chain, with our customer and consumers, with the community. So I believe that everyone can win. This is the key concept.
You've been issuing this beautiful and knowledgeable and so valuable books of this. But our society, as you said, we still intermingle with corruptions under the table still. So do you think that those people should read these books? Do you have how many languages you have?
Right now, we are having 7 languages. Chinese, this one, Chinese is the most exciting one.
Yes.
It's going to be launched very soon. I'm very glad that now it's being translated into Portuguese, into Japanese, into Arabian.
Who took all this? Who you did it yourself?
The readers.
The readers.
The readers, they pick up the book from Suvarnabhumi airport. Some of them, they read it on the plane, and they said they could not sleep.
Goodness.
They said it's something that the world is looking for.
Interesting.
It's the middle path, it's the middle way, and I have to give the credit to our King Bhumibol, because the concept of the book is based on the sufficiency economy, but I make it into the 7 principles to making a successful and sustainable organization. Yes.
Very interesting. So these are the people who the reader took it. Now we have to come back because we have seen all this. We get a little bit on this, but how do you push and pull to draw corporate attention to this ambitious strategy?
How do I do that? Okay, so since the launch of the White Ocean books, I have been giving talks about 800 times. Never before in my life that for one single topic that I have been giving like over and over again on White Ocean strategy. And it's not only in Thailand, but also in other countries like India, like Indonesia, Australia, Malaysia, Cambodia, and many other countries. And once I gave a talk, there's something changed a difference in the
Okay.
society. Like in Indonesia, they have formed what they call White Ocean Society of Indonesia. So they are coming together to say no to corruption.
Oh, nice.
All right. And
Yes.
for India, the Indian government, they made the announcement that 2% of the corporate profit we have to go to charity, to do things for the community. So things. I think that slowly and gradually things start to change, and I'm looking for a collective impact of White Ocean strategy concept.
Now, I have to go one by one. But this is very unique cover that you see here.
This is very
You
new.
close your eyes. Why so?
Okay, because we want to reach out to those who don't read.
Okay.
And many people don't enjoy reading because, especially Thais, we are known to be like entertainers. We want to be entertained.
Exactly.
And so many of us spend time in the car. So this is the audio book. But it's not reading the book as such, but it's from my experience giving talks 800 times. What are the things that are not included in the book? So I put it in the 3 CDs. People can listen while in the car, or
Very nice.
listeners worldwide can download from Apple or Android, whatever audio book. Make it easy.
Very interesting, very interesting. So this is available on the in the market that people can secure it?
Yes, already.
They can buy it?
Yes.
Okay. Now back to this once again. You talk about His Majesty the King. This is another volume that you're writing?
Yes.
Or what?
It took me 4 years to compile.
Please say all these. Please say about these books.
Oops, sorry. Okay.
That's all right. Yes.
Because I had the opportunity to become an AFS student.
And?
AFS.
AFS student, yes.
American Field Service student.
Interesting, yes.
30 years ago,
Okay.
I went to St. Louis, Missouri when I was 17 years old. And so I was asked a lot about the monarchy, about the king. And all of my friends, they believe that the king should be the one living in the palace, in a very, very, nice lifestyle and environment. But then I presented to all my American friends that this is our king, And so I got so much inspiration because everybody said, "This is your king? Thai king is like this?" And I said from my heart, with pride, "This is my king." But back when I was 17, which was more than 30 years ago, I didn't know whether I said the correct word about His Majesty. I didn't know that the English and Thai, whether they have in Thai language we have Raja Sap.
Yes, yes,
the
the royal language.
For the monarchy. And so I think that we need to educate our young generation on how to properly present His Majesty the King to the international friends. So I spent 4 years to compile the 3 volumes called King Bhumibol Adulyadej of Thailand. So the first book here for the young kid, primary school.
I see.
Very, very easy vocabulary, very short sentence, and speak from prince to king, in order that the young generation they can relate, experience to His Majesty the King when he was just a prince, living in Switzerland, for example. And then the second book is a little bit more for the secondary school students, the name and the meaning of Bhumibol, strength of the land. How come he was given the name, and how His Majesty leave his name by strength of the land. And the last book is about all the teachings.
Yes, the wisdom of His.
By the light of your wisdom. For example, like the sufficiency economy, very, very valuable not only for Thais but for many people around the world too. So this book is for university students and for general public. And at the end, we also have a test, a quiz, at the end of each chapter.
Interesting. Can you show some of it?
Okay.
Just the quiz that you talk about.
Yes. Okay.
Well,
So before you read, like for chapter 8, before you read,
Yes.
do you already know some of the king's songs? What are the songs? And after you read, answer the questions, what does a regent do? A regent do? What subjects did Prince Bhumibol study at Lausanne University?
Ah, very
Things like that,
interesting. So for this, maybe you can want to show to the audience that can see that.
Yeah.
Well, this is meant for people to learn, because they, at this period of time,
Yes.
younger generation of our country still not seem to be getting, and since His Majesty is a little weak at the moment, so it cannot move out to Europe anyway. So
Yeah.
this is very valuable. Tell me, Kundanai, we have to come back a little bit about this. Suppose we have two companies. One is doing corporate and social responsibility, charity, and the other doing applying with the white ocean strategy. So what will happen of the thinking between them? Between these two?
Okay.
One is
CS
responsible,
yes.
charitable, this thing, but the other one is they're taking up the white ocean strategy. So
Yes.
in these two, how do they coming up? How do
Basically, companies that are very active in CSR
Yeah.
or corporate social responsibility is basically the same as White Ocean. The only difference is that CSR is at the end of the spectrum, but White Ocean is at the beginning. The reason for existence for the company. I also wrote about the concept of CSR in my book in the 6th principle, but I talk about ISR.
ISR stand for
Individual
individual
social
social
responsibility.
responsibility.
So the starting point of social responsibility is not at the corporate level. It's too shallow. Companies do good things once in a year, like going out there to plant trees or to love kids, give scholarships. It's good. It's nothing bad. But there's something greater than doing one good thing a year. I believe that goodness should be repeated every single day, every time that we breathe in and breathe out. That is ISR. So starting point of social responsibility is within our consciousness, that we should be responsible for the world that we live in, to save the energy, to save the natural resources every single day. As long as we still live, not just once a year is not enough. So that's the big difference between CSR and the ISR. And also this is inspired by His Majesty the King, this concept. Yes.
When looking at you and you talk about all this, your eyes are like, you
Sparkling.
really inspire. You're sparkling and all that. It's so, well, I still want to know what's on your mind when you wrote these books.
Because I'm very proud to be the subject, to be a Thai citizen living in the reign of His Majesty the King. I believe that I'm so lucky, and as the same as Thai people living worldwide nowadays, that we are so fortunate.
Exactly.
So fortunate to be living and to see the real life example of a person, a one light that has been
Shaded everywhere.
shining for the past 6 decades. And so now it's our responsibility to share the light of
Yes.
His Majesty the King. Whatever He has been setting the good example, we should follow. And so this is my inspiration to share some of this knowledge, not only for Thais, but for the other friends worldwide.
Interesting. We could see some of the lighthouse up here.
Yes,
You
the
know,
lighthouse.
there's
It's a lighthouse.
it's brightening up for you. Very
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
So did you see, it's also that part of it, because you see what is His Majesty the King he's been doing for us all. And did you also, at the same time, did you also see something like many things went wrong in the Thai business or our business world?
Yes,
Is that so?
many
You're
things.
part of it,
Many
yes.
things. We have to admit, with sorrow, but we have to face the fact that many things are not right in the Thai society, a lot of corruption, a lot of power abuse, you know, and we recognize people who are rich, who have power, who have positions, and we don't look inside the person. We don't look inside the mask or the surface, and I don't think this is the way that the Thai society should move forward. We have to come back, and we have to ask ourselves what kind of society we are handing over to the next generation. I think it's a question of our own generation, because I always ask the audience to think back 30-40 years ago, Thailand and South Korea, which country is more developed? And everyone know, including the new generation, they're only 20 years old, they know that Thailand was more advanced, right? Even Singapore, we are more advanced.
Of course.
But what about nowadays? We cannot ask about Singapore, we cannot ask about South Korea. But today, 2015, we are competing, Thailand today, and the concept, the name of the program, Thailand today is competing with our neighboring countries, Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Vietnam. This is the thing that 30 years ago, when I was a kid, no, it was not possible. And if we don't improve ourselves, we don't correct what we have done wrong, I believe that within 10 years, I think that we have to be shocked.
Gosh.
We have to be shocked, you know, but that our neighboring countries might surpass Thailand in many KPIs. Yes.
It shows some sign already, even at the moment.
Yes.
Your book has received a very popular review since it appeared 3 years ago. So what do you think that makes it so popular in reading?
I think that is something that is in the mind and in the heart of the people. You know, people want to get out of the situation that we don't feel comfortable. No one feel good about being in the darkness, being being asked for corruption, being
Exactly.
being selfish. I think that deep inside our mind and heart, we are good people. But I think that we have to be brave enough to stand up and to stand firm and to fight for goodness. I think that this is our duty as a Thai person.
It is worthwhile of reading. So I have a minute for you to tell to the audience, read these books. And what do we get? Please tell them.
Yes, I just want to say that all the books are good. All the books are good. But this book is something that I would like all Thai people to be very proud of, because this is the intellectual property of Thailand. And we have to be proud of ourselves. Do not just import everything from outsider. Nowadays we import everything. But today, Thailand today, we need to export. We need to export even our own thinking to correct the world and to be the light of happiness and to be the light of wisdom to the world. Thank you.
I wish you all the success, Kun Danai. You've done so much for our country.
Thank you so much.
And so Thailand today is glad to have spent time with Kun Danai Chan Chao Chai, the author of White Ocean Strategy, which supports and encourages businessmen and the corporate world to be mindful of their action and be respectful of people, society, and our blue planet. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So thank you for watching Thailand today. I'm Kusuma Yotas, but hope to see you tomorrow. We both will say goodbye together, sir.
Yes.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ